a frog from the ocean into this well. And he lands right into the well. Okay, that little tide is gone, and now that frog lands inside. So the frog of the well says, hi, guy, all right, yeah. Where are you from then, eh? So he says, me from ocean. He says, yeah, you're from the ocean. What is the ocean then? Tell me. Ocean? Ocean is water. Water. He says, water? You talk about water? Yeah. All right, okay, you tell me. Is it this much water? And the frog of the well, he just draws a small little, part of the well. The guy says to him, no, much more water than that. Lot of water than that. He says, yeah, really? Really? Is it this much? And he draws half of the well. Yeah? And the frog of the well says, is it this much water? He says, no, plenty more of water, plenty more. He says, okay, listen, geezer, I'll tell you what. And he basically draws a whole circle, the whole well, of the whole well, yeah? And says, this much water? He says, no, you mad, not this much, plenty more water. What you talk about? So then the frog of the well says, listen, geezer, you cracked, mate. You cracked. You got no idea what you're talking about. If there's any water in the whole of the world, then this is it. That's what you got, geezer. There's no more than that. Right? So he just told him, he's got loonies, and he's told me he's got loonies. Now we know who's right. Who's right? Who's right? Come on, guys, don't tell me you don't know the answer to that one. Come on. Who's right? The frog of the ocean. That's good, man. No one said well. All right. So frog of the ocean, he's right, because what is it with the frog of the ocean that he's seen? He's seen that water. He's lived in that water. He's seen the amount. He knows what he's talking about. But will he be able to explain to the frog of the well? No. Why not? Because the frog of the well has only seen that much water in his entire life. There is no more water he's seen. No matter how much you give him, he will not take it. Now what I'm asking you to do, our teachers told us the same thing. Right? Rahimahullah, may Allah bless him. He said, whatever you do, don't become the frog of the well. Meaning that if you've got this much knowledge, little bit of knowledge, yeah, don't think you've got everything, right? Another man comes to you and he's got more knowledge than you, and he can outpour it to you and he give it to you. Just when you see the knowledge, just trust it. Don't just deny it because you haven't seen that in your life, right? So I'm asking for us to get rid of our own prejudices and go ahead. So now getting down to the point. The first and foremost thing that we have to get to is the principles of the Quran. The most important. Then we have to come to the principles of the Sunnah. The principles of the Quran, from the principles of the Quran, is very clear what Allah says in the Holy Quran. Okay? Allah says that He has created mankind to differ with one another. This is in the Holy Quran. This is in Surah Hud, the 11th Surah. Right near the end, one page before you reach the end, you will see that verse, وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. Allah created men and women and human beings to differ. Basically, Allah is trying to tell us, He clearly said, وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهِ. If Allah willed, لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً. Allah would have made the entire population of human beings one big nation. We would have all been, earthlings, right? We would have all been worldlings, whatever name you want to give us. No country, no barrier, no different colors, no different tastes, no pizzas and laddus, right? It's all just one nation that cooked the same thing, cleaned the same way, and everything else, right? Allah said, if I wanted to, I could have done that. But Allah said, no, my idea was not that. My idea was, I'm going to make differences within people so that they may differ. Okay, that's one principle of the Quran. Second thing Allah says in the Holy Quran is, وَمَا عَلَيْكَ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. There's various ayats Allah has said this. Various ayats in the Quran Allah has said this. To the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That, O Prophet, your message, or O listener, O reader of the Quran, your duty is only to convey a clear message. What does that mean? That means that not everyone will accept the message. Very clear. Many places in the Quran, look, وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَفْقَهُونَ. Most people will not deeply comprehend this. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Most people will not believe in this. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Most people will not know this or do not know this. Some people think that they can eliminate every ikhtilaf in the world. I am telling you from the history we've got, this is not going to happen. Please don't make it your mission that your only mission is to make everyone agree to the same thing. It is not going to happen. It's clear cut from the Quran. There's another part in the Quran. This is in Surah At-Tawbah. Again, right near the end. Just one page before the end. You will find Allah says that if one party of the believers goes in if one party of the believers goes in one direction, فَلَوْلَا نَفَرَ كُلُّ فِرْقَةٍ مِّنْهُمْ طَائِفَةٍ لِيَتَفَقَّهُوا فِي الدِّينِ. If one party of the believers goes to learn the religion of Allah, Allah says another party should go out and do another action of defending the ummah. Why? Allah said clearly in the Holy Quran, so that both may benefit one another. Those who learn the deen, they will benefit the ones who went out and defended the deen. They didn't have time to learn the deen. They went out and struggled in Allah's pathway. They came back. They will learn from those who were sat in the city and they learned Quran and Sunnah. Those who went out benefited from going out. They've seen a lot of things. Their iman is really high and strong. They risk their lives. When they come back, they should benefit the people who are still in the city. It's very clear in the Quran. Allah has made this ummah specifically. This ummah will have differences of opinions. Mark my words down. 14 centuries. We have not been able to settle many of these differences. Another 14 centuries might come and we still might not have settled these differences. Yes, when Isa alayhi salam comes, there's going to be a difference. When he comes back, there'll be a difference. But who knows how long we've got till that. And please, don't believe in all this literature and all this gossip going around. Mahdi is born, Isa alayhi salam is coming, Qiyamah is here. Just don't believe in it, alright? Just don't believe in it, because I've been hearing it for 20 years. I don't know how long it's going to take for Imam Mahdi to grow up, according to these people. To me, he's not born yet, alright? If he is born, we'll find out. We don't have to hear the hadiths that you hear of him being born and then you wait for another 10 years till he comes out. The hadith says clearly that the people around the Kaaba will find him. When the time comes, we'll all know. Alright, so don't worry about that. So coming back to the issue, these are straight principles I'm laying down. If you look in the Quran provides many different angles. The Quran is a source of many different rich aspects. Number one, the Quran gives us aqeedah, gives us beliefs. Number two, the Quran gives us ibadah, how to worship. Right? Number three, the Quran tells us about social life. Number four, the Quran tells us about domestic social life and tells about transactional life or financial life. That's number four. Number five, the Quran talks about our akhlaq and our good character. Number six, the Quran talks about politics. If you disagree with me on these points, you will not remain a believer anymore. The fact that Quran discusses these 6 aspects, if you disagree with me on that, you will not remain a believer, because this is the Quran. True or not? Okay, the Quran says all of this. So when you hear brothers saying that there's no politics in Islam, you better warn them and tell them, my friend, you are misled, because the Quran talks clearly about, you might not say the word politics, but it's got the whole concept of politics inside in various parts. Alright? When I said